Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's the Cartoon Network series that's also on HBO Max, Infinity Train. It's animated. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you can, if you want to, I should say, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media, so Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. I also have the links to my YouTube channel page here, my Facebook page, and a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right. Looks like I'm going to be by myself today because I don't think anyone's actually seen this or really cares, honestly. So the non-spoiler version of this is a train. So I'm only looking at season 1 right now is what I'm looking at here. There's 4 seasons of this that are on HBO Max and Cartoon Network, of course, too. So basically what this is a train that people get on. um I guess you could say it doesn't exist within our world. It's kind of an otherworldly train, and it has an infinite number of cars. And each car has its own world that you have to go through. So you either solve puzzles in some, or you work through some issues, that kind of thing. And in the first season, you follow Tulip, who is a teenager. She wants to get into coding, that kind of stuff. She wants to go to a coding camp, all of that. And she gets aboard the train, and then she has to find her way off. And that's pretty much the gist of it. So what am I talking about? Other worlds on this train. Um, there is the spa car. There is the cat car, is what it's called. The corgi car, which has the world of Corginia. Um, there are all kinds of different weird worlds within these cars, and basically you enter one door, and then you go through that world and experience whatever it is that you need to experience through there and get to the other side and get out that door and go on to the next car. And Tulip is essentially trying to get to the conductor, which is at the head of the car, and she doesn't know how long the train is. The other thing is too is everyone who gets on board the train has a number that appears glowing on their hand, and the number can go up and down. And there is a significance to that number, but you're not really sure what it is during this season. It becomes clear at the end, but yeah, you're not sure during the season. And she meets people along the way, or beings along the way, and interacts with them. And that's about as much as I can give away without giving things away. It's pretty trippy. It's got some decent animation. Every episode is only 11 minutes and 18 seconds in length. That's it. 11 minutes and 18 seconds in length. There are 10 episodes of the season, so it's a pretty quick run through. It's actually fairly good, and also the voice cast is impressive as well. I mean, Ernie Hudson is one of the voices. I'm not going to say who they are because it also will ruin some stuff. Lena Headey is one of the voices as well. Kate Mulgrew is one of the voices. D. Bradley Baker, who of course is on Star Wars: The Clone Wars and also The Bad Batch, are some of the voices that are involved in this, and they're regular voices, so not like flash in the pan kind of thing or guest voice or whatnot. Ernie Hudson actually has a character that runs through pretty much the entire series, and or the entire first season, I should say. So is it worth your time? Yes, it's worth your time, especially if you're just looking for something new to get through and you just want something short. That's pretty much what I was looking for. I was looking for something that I could watch without having to sit there for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours in length, something like that. I just wanted something that was kind of a one and done, and I could just, move on to the next episode if I wanted to, or I could quit and go and do something else because I'm busy. I got shit I got to do. That kind of thing. Yeah. So with that said, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the rest of this stuff. If you haven't seen the season, go away or stay around, however you want to do it. But yes, I am going to spoil this. So you have been warned. All right. There we go. So, yeah, I actually really dug this series because of it turns out that the number is what you learn or what you how you approach things within the car, how you approach the different worlds. And if you're an asshole, your number goes up and you never, get off the train. If you basically what the train is about is to help people um go through whatever issue that they have going on, whatever problems they have them work it out. That's really what this is all about, what the train is all about. The conductor, the first season, having the conductor being usurped by Lena Headley's character, Amelia, is kind of neat. I mean, you don't realize it until, of course, you're at the very end there. And having 1-1, who is the little ball that is split in half, basically, and having a sad side and a happy side of 1-1 really worked. I mean, they really did a good job of this. And then you invest in some of the characters like Atticus, who is Ernie Hudson's character. He's the king of Corginia, which is a bunch of corgis that can talk. And as Atticus says, he is the uniter of the of the Pembrokes and the Cardigans. So yeah, it's there's some funny stuff in there. There's some deep stuff in there too. Then there's also some trippy shit that's in there as well. And this is all through the mind of this guy called Owen Dennis is his name. He's the creator of the show. He's also the writer of the show too, and he voices the sad the sad part of 1-1. And yeah, it's actually decent. I've started getting into season 2 a little bit. It's different characters once you get into season 2, and there are some characters or a character here and there that transfers over to the second season. But having the way it ended, um, I liked it. I mean, it wasn't bad. And like I said, it's easy to digest. It's 11 minutes and 18 seconds in length each episode. So you can watch it, go and do your other stuff, and just keep, moving on with it. Depending on how you really want to do it. The animation it's Cartoon Network animation. So I mean, it's not great animation, but some of the visuals within the cars are actually kind of cool. They did a good job on the background and some of the set designs, if you will. So that's what it's called when you're doing backgrounds. It is still called set designs, like you would if you were doing a movie or a TV show or something like that. You do have people that do backgrounds and do set designs as they're drawing them. And this one actually had some fairly good set design. It really did. You could actually go back in there, you could pause it, and you could see a whole bunch of detail in the background, which is somewhat unusual for even a Cartoon Network show. So, yes, I know the Cartoon Network shows have been getting, I mean, like Steven Universe, all that kind of stuff, have been getting more, I guess you could say, nuanced and good. I mean, in their writing and deep and stuff like that. And this is one of them. And I think this one kind of falls under the radar because I really never heard of this, even being into animation and stuff like that. And I never really heard of it until I came across it on HBO Max. And yeah, it's worth a go and take a look at it and see what you think of it. Um, who knows? Corgis, that's right, Feisty. Corgis. King Atticus of Corginia. And like I said, the uniter of both the Pembrokes and the Cardigans. Which never gets old, that joke. It really doesn't. It's pretty funny. There is something that just made me laugh in that too. Is they're all hiding at one point from whatever the monster is, and then they're going to go back out again. And so Tulip, who's the main character, is going out, and she goes, "Do you want to go?" And Atticus is like, "Yes, no, yes," like a dog, where you have the door open, you're like, "Do you want to go?" And the dog just kind of stands there and looks at you, "Come on, let's go, come on, let's go, come on, let's go." And he's like, "No, no, no, okay, I'm gonna go," and he runs out through the door. And they do it a couple of times throughout the first season, like 2 or 3 times, and it just makes me laugh because you have a dog. You've seen that kind of behavior where you hold the door open, and the dog goes to the door and stands there, and you open the door and like, "Okay, you want to go out?" And the dog kind of looks at you like, "What?" You're like, "Dude, do you want to go out? You've been standing at the door." And dog's like, "I don't know, man. No, come on, let's go out." Dog's like, "Okay, finally," and they go out. So yes, it's all dog owners know this. It's yeah, it's fucking annoying and funny at the same time. Speaking of which, I'm going to share something that Pepper did, which made me just fucking laugh yesterday because I've never seen it before. So I'm taking her to put her in her harness so we can go out and she can do her business. And she's walking, over to get to the couch to jump up there to put her harness on. And she stops at a ball. There's a ball that's on the ground there, and she just takes one paw and puts it on top of it and then rolls it to the side, like literally just kind of rolls it to the side. Then it stops, puts her paw back down, then goes back up to the couch. I've never seen her do that. And it was just kind of funny, kind of like she just took it like, "This ball offends me," and rolls it off to the side, then puts her paw back down and keeps going. And I started fucking laughing just because it was funny. Yes, Pepper has done that quite a few times where she does it all the time. Actually, the patio door, which I'm looking at right now, she goes over to the patio door, I open it up, and then she kind of looks at me and I'm like, "What, motherfucker? You were just standing there. You were the one who wanted to go out." So anyway, going back to Infinity Train, um, Kate Mulgrew as the cat is also really good too. I have to admit, she does a great job of oozing that kind of cat quality, I guess you could say, and also talking cat too. So yeah. So yes, it's worth your time. Give it a shot. Take a look at it, um, and yeah, it's worth it. All right. So what else do I have going on this week? Well, tomorrow is this little show that you might know about. I don't know. You might have heard of it. You might not have. I mean, there really hasn't been that much advertising on it. Loki on Disney Plus. So episode 3 of Loki is tomorrow. Thursday. Yeah, Thursday is going to be off. I'm going to be off on Thursday. Friday is going to be a new episode of Star Wars: The Bad Batch. That's right, Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Saturday is going to be Saturday Morning Blast Off. Our take the genre news of the weekend. Any genre stuff you guys want to talk about when we talk about it. And then Sunday, I kind of left it off the schedule. Um, but I might be doing spoiler alert again, depending on, I don't know how many people liked it or not. I mean, we'll see. It was kind of more of a free for all. It devolved at one point into, talking about vaccines and stuff, and then I brought it back over to spoilers. But we'll see what happens. So I might end up doing that again on Sunday. We'll see. And then, of course, Monday I'll be off, and then we come back around again to Tuesday with another episode of Is It Worth My Time? I don't know what I'm going to do as of yet. We'll figure that out as I watch stuff. Exactly what Penn says. Keep an eye on the schedule. So yeah, I was watching last night. So I'll have the TV on, of course. And one of the things one of the movies I forgot about that I really liked was called Tai Chi Zero, and there's also the sequel to it, Tai Chi Hero. They're actually one long movie, but they're 2 hours in length each one, and it was on Pluto TV, and of course I got sucked in as soon as I started watching it. And, yeah. Vdago 750K says, "Have you watched the other seasons of Infinity Train as well?" No, I just started getting into season 2, and I'm moving on from there. But I wanted to cover season 1 at least. So it's on HBO Max, like I said. I think I'm like 3 episodes into season 2 right now, somewhere around there. Like I said, I watch a lot of different things, and you know, it's a shell game for me sometimes. And I also have to get some, uh, you know, my own me time in there. I'm trying to read a book, and I'm trying to draw some stuff, yeah, all kinds of weird shit. So there you go. But all right. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library just for you right up there. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again, you can hit that little bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. I change it out every week. I just changed it out before I came on. I know it was kind of a shitty thing to do, but I was busy at work, and I was just busy this week. This week's been busy, as last week was too. So thank you, everybody. I will see you. Oh, and when you go to suspendedfanimation.com, there's also this links to all my social media and also my pages as well. There we go. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Loki. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find out what the conductor really is all about. And you really don't want that, because the conductor isn't what they might seem to be. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Loki. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.